Today we're talking The Next 15 season finale with the king of reality TV, Carlos King. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T, take F-P-C-T.
What up, AFTERBUZZ? It's your boy DJ Jesse Jan here in studio for the Next 15 season finale after show. I'm joined in studio by some of my favorite people in the world. We got what?
Get it. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Trene. You know where to find me at? Instagram, Twitter. What's good?
We got Miss McCall in the building.
You know what it is. It's your girl at McCall Hall. You can catch me on social media when sports and pop culture collide.
Well, damn, bitch. When do they do that?
Every day, all day.
Sierra Russell Brand. No, not what's his name?
Russell Wilson.
Same thing. Anyways, guess who wanted to join us? Please, let's not use his name in vain. Thanks. Guess who wanted to join us?
Who?
What's up, y'all? Khaliel Abooboo here, Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo.
For the season finale, Khaliel decided to grace us with his presence.
Right.
He wanted to join in.
Let's go. Right along with the man himself, Sir Carlos King.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi. Thanks for having me so late.
The Kang.
The Kang. All right, Carlos. So, you put this show together.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Thank you.
Why did you put this show together?
I really wanted to give former reality stars the opportunity to showcase to the world what they've been up to after their prior experience on their previous efforts. So,
and you're friends with a lot of the girls that you
I'm friends with everybody. I was friends with everyone except Karamo and New York prior to casting for the show. So Jennifer is a friend of mine, Laura Gavon, Claudia Bazzina, we were all friends. Right. So when TV One approached me to do this project, I wanted to not only cast people who I knew, but cast people who I felt the world really wanted to know, like, where the hell have you been?
Right, because when I saw Karamo's name pop up, I was like, hey, God.
Where the hell have you been?
Yeah, no, exactly. And a lot of people had no idea that he had a child. And I thought that was interesting.
I thought he had two for some weird...
No, he does.
Oh, okay.
He has two sons. No, it's two sons. The son that you guys saw on the show is his firstborn, Prince. And then he has another one with someone else. So,
wow.
So within doing this, obviously you talk to, these are your friends, they're on the reality shows. When they leave the reality shows, they're talking about their personal problems.
Yeah.
And so my question to you is, like, do you hear some of these things and you see the media talking about them, and it's like, you wanted to really build this platform for them to be able to kind of not clap back, because it's not about that, but it's more about, okay, you see what you see on, like, Real Housewives or whatever, but here's a show where we're gonna really allow them to tell their story.
Yeah, a lot of these reality stars complain about the editing process, and they say how most of the shows that they do, they're not afforded to really showcase their real life. So I wanted to break down the myth that every reality show is fake, that we are behind the scenes pulling the strings. So the people who I cast were people who felt that on their prior shows they weren't given the opportunity to showcase their real life. They felt that a lot of the shows that they did, it was all about the drama and all about the fighting.
Not this show.
Well, drama happens, but they wanted to show that we do have a life outside of the drama. Jennifer wanted to show people, I do have a backbone. My dream is to be a singer. No shade. And she wanted to show that. Laura wanted to show that I'm not the girl who beats up Drea. I am a struggling mother emotionally, trying to navigate through my baby daddy, getting along with him for the sake of our children. And Bazzina wanted to show that I'm not this ratchet dude who wants to fight my best friend's girl. I love, being a father. I love the woman that I'm with, and I'm really trying to build my brand. So I wanted to give them the opportunity to show that.
What would you say, who would you say really walked away from this process doing what the show was supposed to kind of do?
I think Karamo.
Really?
I do. I think he was, and all of the middleman that he
let me
sort of
hear
was.
Yeah, because I think this
Yeah.
actually backfired for him.
No, I think it did great for him. I think you got a chance, because think about it. He's the one that hasn't been on TV the longest.
Yeah.
And you got a chance to say, I forgot about you. Oh my God, you are a black gay man with a black son and you're trying to raise him in this society. Well, you are actually articulate. You are a, respected journalist or TV host, what they're going to call him. So I think he, got the most out of it because a lot of people wrote him off.
Yeah.
And I think doing this show reminded people that, I forgot about you, and you actually are good at what you do. Yeah, you're messy, and you love being in the middle of everything, but at the end of the day, we forgot about you because we know Jennifer Williams, we know Laura Gavon, we know New York, we know Claudia, we know Bazina. A lot of people forgot about Karamo, so I think personally he benefited from being on the show.
What do you guys think? Who do you think benefited the most from that? Me, Laura. I think Laura, for me personally, I didn't ever give a damn about that girl. No shade, I just never watched Basketball Wives, so it was like when at first she was on the show, then to hear a story, and I was like,
and I agree with how you see Laura. I think she's grown a lot, and I kind of had a question about that myself. Like, you say these are some of your friends, you go way back with them. So looking at this show, and to answer your question, I think Laura has grown, and just it really benefited her. But who do you think grew the most since meeting them through the show, and since you walked away from the show?
Well, definitely Laura, for sure. Laura was a hothead.
Oh yeah.
Laura would pop off at any given moment. So to see how Laura remained calm while the other cast members were debating and arguing, and how she always remained level-headed, and how she knows how to check you without checking you.
Right.
And I think you saw her frustration at Karamo's HIV event with Claudia. That was the first time you saw, like, oh, wait a second, she made Drea you, boo. You made it back up, Claudia, because you saw the old Laura kind of come out.
I got nervous.
And I did too. But she knew how to handle herself. Plus, you saw her take anger management classes.
Right.
So you saw that she really was able to take those lessons and made them applicable to her life. So I do agree with that too.
Well, I think Jennifer definitely, came a long way
Jennifer
for sure.
too.
Yeah.
Because, we got to see her more confident, her, even though, the castmate thought that her as a singer was, total dumb and things like that. But I just feel like she really stepped out of her zone, and although she may not be the best singer, she's still out there following her dreams and doing what she's always wanted to do.
Girl. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you put yourself on there and you still don't give a fuck, and you out here, no bricks,
Somebody gonna like it.
Courage is admirable.
2016 mediocre music's popping.
Don't confuse my consistency
Hamburger Helper
with my
just dropped a
destiny.
mixtape. That's a real thing.
Lord help us all.
Who are you thinking?
I said the same thing, Jennifer. Yeah.
All right.
I can see that too. I think you got a chance to really see that she wasn't just somebody's sidekick. That she really does know how to hold her own, which as a friend of hers, I always knew that's who she was. And it was great that she told the world that Evelyn was like a sister. So it's like, imagine having a sibling and you two just had arguments, and you're not going to want to physically attack your sister. Although your sister is trying to attack you, jumping off a freaking table. Looking like a monkey. So, to Jennifer's credit, I think this show allowed people to say, oh, you do have a backbone. Because it's one thing to fake it, but Jennifer's clapback is so severe. You're like, oh. And Claudia was like, oh, okay, let's go. I think Claudia thought this would be a little easy, little battle, but I think Claudia respected that Jennifer knew how to hold her own, and it made it made it more fun, I think, for Claudia, because it's a sport for her.
Who do you think irritated Claudia the most, New York or Jennifer?
Jennifer. But Claudia and Jennifer's issue is real. It's real. They will never be friends. Ever.
Have you tried to call them off camera, like, hey,
No.
girls, like, let's go have coffee, let's talk about it?
Why?
No, the
Girl,
beauty.
you trying to make money.
No, not even that.
True.
Not the beauty. No.
That's it.
That was
Carlos.
That was no. That was the beauty of doing the Next 15. I wanted to show the world that we producers have nothing to do with the beef that you see on television. We do follow it. I'm not going to have these behind the scenes conversations with you about real life issues. Like, if you guys ever got to some issues with each other, which I'm sure you guys have.
You still my boyfriend one more time.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Only do stuff with people I like.
Yeah. So to me, I wanted to show the world how two women can get through it. And when you saw me on the show talking to Claudia, giving her advice, like, this is your show idea. You have to make this work. You have to go in and be a boss. And Claudia, and she even admitted this, she did not handle it the right way. You know, firing people on video.
Well, you kind of have this. I mean, after watching these last few episodes, I feel like there's a point where you almost look like, girl, do whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah, no, I was because
You're
at
not
some
acting like
point,
an executive producer.
at some point, I have to let go.
Right.
I can't force the reality. As much as I wanted this talk show to work, I really did, because I see potential in a talk show having former reality stars who are all extremely different and have their own demographic. Imagine Laura doing fashion corresponding work.
She'd be great.
But why
Do you know
didn't
what I
you
mean?
want to produce that?
I'm sorry?
Why didn't you want to produce
No,
that?
I
Why did
did.
you
No,
want
I
Claudia to.
I really wanted to show the world that I do not have my hands in things. I really wanted to show that, because we get blamed so much. Carlos made you do that, girl. Carlos in your ear.
But
Carlos forced you.
There's a few times where Claudia specifically, and I'm wondering maybe this is from past other reality shows, where she says she keeps feeling like, you guys, why are you guys fucking with me?
Yeah.
Did you tell New York to do this?
Yeah.
And so
Claudia,
where does that come with her?
Claudia has this love-hate relationship with reality. She really does. You got to understand, she comes from The Price is Right, Deal or No Deal, the pageant world. So everything in that world is pretty much black and white.
Yeah.
It's like, come in at 9 o'clock, your lunch is at 12, you're out by 5 o'clock, here's your script, go home.
Yeah.
In reality, you don't know what's happening. And when I cast Claudia to be on Atlanta Housewives, and that infamous moment between her and Nene, she really was like, oh, this is really happening. You didn't tell Nene. I was like, Claudia, did you see me at one point hop from my station, jump in Nene's ear to tell her to do those things?
Removing
Right.
a clip.
Like, that moment was the first time Claudia was like, and she talks about this, she's like, wait, these women are really arguing about this trivial issue. And when Nene came for her, she clapped back and it was this sport, that's when she realized, oh, this is real. But she has this love-hate relationship. So even on the Next 15, she could not believe that Jennifer just did not like her. Or that New York had a problem with her.
That sounds like an internal.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like-
That's what I'm saying. It's all her. And to your point, I had to let go. I can express to you guys, because listen, I know good TV, how
Yes,
much
you do.
I wanted this talk show to work, because I just saw so many people tuning in to see New York being woman on the street, and Lizino doing his cooking segments, and Jennifer doing her whatever the case may be. So it was disappointing, and I did not want anyone to think that I'm forcing their hand in anything.
So we're going to go through the episode, so walk us through some of the stuff that happened. So we started with Claudia, she's mad at New York, and then says, and Benzino, and basically says Benzino's not sick, he didn't have the baby, Althea did. Bitch, when you have a union with somebody...
But Jesse, you gotta
Drop the
admit,
word.
That was fucked
that
up.
was funny. I mean,
It was
yes,
funny,
but
yeah,
it was funny.
It was funny.
Claudia's funny. I think Claudia
She
is
does have-
hilarious.
No, she got some
She's
good
quick.
one-liners in there.
Claudia's
Yeah,
funny.
for sure.
So when she said that, I laughed, but then of course it's like, okay, Claudia.
To me, her
calm
And
down.
then you wonder why you don't have a man. Because
The doggy bag
You
one
do
was
be
my
saying
favorite
things
shade
like
of the
that.
night.
No,
from her.
no.
It
The
was
best
good.
one
It
was
was
your
calm.
thoughts
Doggy
are
bag
blank.
where she told the waiter she'll
She
take
needed
hers in a
doggy
doggy
bag.
bag.
Oh yeah.
Perfect timing.
That's
No.
good.
That's the thing. Claudia's
Yeah.
clapback is
It's quick.
She was trained by Jamie Foxx doing the Foxhole.
I told y'all.
Jamie Foxx trained her to be quick and to think on your feet. And when she's having this conversation with you, you be like, did this bitch just come for me? Like when her and Nene had that spat, me and Nene spoke afterwards, and she was like, oh, that girl's quick. Like, I'll give her that. She's quick. Wasn't sweaty. It's a sport to Claudia. Yeah. She loves it. She thrives in it.
I can tell.
Laura told Claudia, don't base yourself off a TV personality. What would your take be on that comment?
Well, I think it's the reason why I wanted to do this show. So Laura's, in her defense, she was saying, don't base me off of what you saw on Basketball Wives.
That's true.
Don't come for me that way. That's why we're doing this show, to show people a different side of us. And here you are trying to take me backwards when I'm trying to move forward. So don't compare me to who I was, because if that's the case, I would do the same to you and what I saw in Housewives.
Right.
Was there a sense of entitlement because she came out to say, I don't know where I don't know where Carlos has the power, and I feel like he picked these people and they should that should automatically transfer the respect over to me.
I think that comment just showed people it's not easy being a boss. Everybody wants to be the executive producer. They think that title is so cute and it's so grand, and oh my gosh, it comes with all of this, vanity stuff. But it takes a lot of work to hold that. It's not easy. It's like, excuse my comparison, but it's kind of like being the president of the United States. It sounds cute, but there's tons of work that goes along with that title. Not everybody can do that. And I think Claudia thought, oh, I'm an EP. You're supposed to listen to me. And it's like, no. When you are someone's boss, you have to earn their respect.
Yeah.
And that's really important. No matter what field you're in, if you're someone's manager and you're managing a team, you have to come in and earn that respect. It's not given to you based off your title. I had that title for years, but I had to work for it.
Right.
And there's people, once they work for me, they're like, I'm good. Like, you crazy. Like, I see you on TV, you seem like a fun guy, and, you have a cute little smile. But once they really work for me, they're like, oh, you really work.
But that's how you keep your success. You
gotta
put in the work.
Yeah. So I loved that moment on the show because it showed people this ain't easy. Like, producing a show isn't easy.
And it blew my mind because it's like, it was almost like a slap in the face to a lot of producers and whatnot when they were like, you haven't been here for the meetings, and it's like, y'all have just had 2 meetings where you're drinking champagne and orange juice, and like, I don't know what kind of production meeting that is.
Right. Absolutely.
Because I haven't seen no work. Karamo,
absolutely.
They aren't putting the work in. You come in here with a piece of paper with 5 sentences on it, and you're gonna tell me this is the show? I'm like,
yeah, no, it was an eye-opener for everybody that you can have a great idea. How many people have come to you guys like, girl, I got this show idea, honey. I want my own TV show.
All day,
yeah, you think you want your own TV show. You think you want to be Oprah and Tyler Perry and all these people. Do you really want to do the work and the research? So yes, when you saw them have these meetings and they're drinking mimosas, I have never had a meeting and I drink a mimosa.
At the rap party.
Time and place for everything.
You know what I mean? No one, I'm not going to say they didn't take it seriously, but I think they really did not understand the work that goes into producing a show.
Long hours.
But were you shocked about that? Because I'm a little shocked about that. They've all been on sets with production people, and they've never seen you guys.
But they're on as stars.
Talent.
They're on talent.
Yeah, talent
it's different.
Is so
it's different.
Much different for talent.
They have a call time. So when you're talent on a reality show, we get your schedule. So let's say you're like, Carlos, I can film between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. The producer gives you your call time. Okay, be here at this location at 10 a.m.
And they have no idea what they're walking.
And they come at 10 a.m. Well, let's be clear, they come at noon. They come at noon. And
they go to hair and makeup.
They get that done prior. They come on set, they talk to whoever's there, and they leave.
Yep.
They're not waiting around like, so what happened before y'all gave me this call time? Like, they don't want that. And guess what? I'm not saying they should know that. Mm-hmm. But when you're having an idea of doing something in terms of on television, you have to do your research. I didn't wake up one day and say, I want to be the EP of a show.
Right.
Like, no, I worked and did my research.
Just start filming your friends.
And I studied my craft. And that's the mistake they all made. They didn't really No one. The funniest part to me that no one realized, none of them ever came to me and said, I would like to do a scene with you where you give me advice. Or where I can shadow you.
That's what blew my mind because
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Like, have they taken the time to pick his brain?
No, none of them did.
Oh, wow.
None.
we waited until the last episode where Claudia's like, why is nobody respecting
Yeah, it took, and that's when you saw me like, Hip
Hop Weekly TV?
Yeah, that's why Bazina was like, well, this shit is sinking. So, Carlos King, can I meet with you? He took the initiative to say, look, I see this ain't working out. I have my own idea.
That's a smart businessman. That's why he's got real money.
And he wants to work with everybody. So
yeah, like he took the initiative to say, let's try this. And when he pitched it to me, that was a real meeting, and I was like,
like unlike the way they did it, where it was kind of like, oh, and then we're gonna do fashion. No, we're not gonna do fashion. We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
It had no vision.
Yeah.
Nothing.
like she was like, what's the show about? I mean, I don't know. Like, no, what? Why are we looking for spaces if we don't know what the show is about?
Yeah.
Tell us, have you ever fired someone over a video phone message?
You mean cast or crew?
I mean, either or.
A video phone message. No,
Come
I
on, Carl.
fired.
You know you hit him on Snapchat with something.
You didn't send
No,
no
I'll tell you a true story. This happened on Housewives of Atlanta, but it's with my crew. So long story short, one of my producers, two of them actually, they did not answer their phone for hours, and myself along with my team, they were trying to get in touch with them, and for 2 hours, these two producers did not answer their phone. Like, did not answer. Text, nothing. So I happened to go on Instagram, and I saw these two producers having cocktails. And I said, oh. I screenshot it, and I sent an email copying their boss and said, so since you two don't have time to answer the phone, but you do have time to have a cocktail, let's have a meeting tomorrow to discuss this. With the picture in the body of the email.
I know they was
How long did it take before they responded to that one?
Oh, they didn't respond at all. Then we had a meeting, and when I tell you, again, people think like, oh, Carlos, and I'm a nice guy, don't get me wrong, but baby, they were just like,
Carlos, do you need your
you know what I mean? So, but they didn't get fired. One person quit because she was like, yeah, you crazy. But the other person actually stayed, and I love him now. But in terms, I fired, cast members, but not for video phone stuff.
So we've seen Karamo goes to Jen as she's practicing her intense choreography, and he shows her since there's such, because I didn't see it on the show.
I mean, I would like to see you trying to pull off those moves. I'm just saying.
First of all, don't get it twisted. Anyways, so we're this story about rape. Okay, so
Yes.
She's a comedian, guys.
Express yourself. I want to hear your take.
When you're a comedian, you can make a joke about anything, and I know because I'm a comedian.
True.
So you didn't feel like she was wrong.
Not really.
That's good. No, that's good. I love it.
Like,
you don't either.
All jokes aside, I don't really think
I
she
said
was
I think it was
all that wrong.
a coping mechanism. We paused it, and I said I think it's a coping mechanism for her because I think. I mean, without saying too much, but I just think when people go through a depression or something that has happened to them at a young state, I think that's why she acts the way she does. I think when you have something like that traumatic happen, you do stunt your growth a little bit. And I'm like looking at her like, you say you're a journalist, you say you're respectable and all this stuff, but here you are showing someone's pussy on a fucking reunion. You got your car parked in front of not letting someone out, and
you better watch the show.
And then you're calling yourself an executive producer and questioning why people are not liking you. Like,
if you really break down what she said, she like alluded to something that could have potentially turned to something worse. Like the joke wasn't, oh, I roofied somebody and he didn't even know it or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I want to hear from the women though, because I think it's interesting. Listen to me, I'm being interviewed. I think it's interesting that the two men are like, because I'll be honest, when I heard it, I was shocked.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you two, like, well, she's a comedian. But they said, well, you're a guy. So I think it's funny that the men
I lost
think
my
that
virginity
way.
to being raped. So when she said that, I could understand her. But then I want to really say to her, like, girl, at the end of the day, no one's walking around calling me a hoe. I don't do hoish activities.
But you don't make
based
jokes about that, though.
But I there are now that I'm older and it happened how many years ago, that's why I could sit there and say like she's joking about it, because when you're in front of people, like obviously like it happened to me, I accepted it and I can speak about it in front of people because I know that people need to talk about it and people don't talk about it. So I'd rather her be talking about it in some sort of light. What she's saying is basically, this happened to me. She joked about it because she was in a situation where she was scared.
That. She joked about
something unrelated.
She joked about.
So what do you girls think? I'm curious.
So to answer your question, Dr. Reverend King, I really want to drop that. I just want to call you Dr. Reverend King.
Yes, I received that.
But at no point did Claudia say that's okay. Like, she never condoned rape. That's the one thing I picked up from
too.
She just commented about it. She made light of the situation, but she never said it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. She just made a matter-of-fact comment. The only thing that I was waiting on was for her to say she got raped by Bill Cosby. That was the only thing I was waiting for. I was like, say it. Girl, you know you want to say it. Just say it was Bill. Quaaludes.
But you know what? I feel like if you were really raped, you wouldn't even make a comment about rape. Like, because I know people that have been raped and they don't go around saying little things like that. Like, I'm pretty sure she has plenty of other stories where she could show like, oh, I was at the club and this guy grabbed me, or something like that. But to allude to rape and to like make fun of it and stuff like that, I feel like that was very it shows her insecurities. But
it is an insecurity.
You know what I mean?
She's in a room where she's sitting on a casting couch. These two men approach her. It probably brought her to a trigger and a flashback. And what are you gonna do? If you're nervous, you're gonna laugh about it, because I don't know, like, because otherwise she's gonna be on national air, like, just breaking down, talking about like, this is scary, and these two men are like, oh, we're just trying to interview.
But just like she brought up the rape situation
to Jennifer was wrong, but that was wrong.
Leave that situation out the interview. Why is it important? If I'm trying to be, trying to look at this from a different point of view, like. The fact that you brought that up to Jennifer and you were like, oh, this is what happened. Why? No one asked you that. And I'm not saying, I'm not like, not emotional to it or, understanding to it. But it's just like, I'm pretty sure those interviewers didn't ask you about like rape. Why did you even feel like you need to bring that
information?
Right.
But why was Jennifer so pressed about her reaction?
Because, Jennifer does not give a shit if Claudia gets married, was raped, went to fucking school. Jennifer's like, girl, like, I don't care. Why are you telling me this tea? I don't care. I don't like you. Like, I'm sorry that happened to you, girl, but like...
But my thing is, it all started with Jennifer.
How?
She was the one that showed the video. She was the one that dug it up, wasn't she? Didn't she show?
Yeah, Jennifer discovered the video.
She discovered the video.
Yeah.
She's the one that made it.
Broody and Idiot's probably pretty popular, but go ahead.
Well, they are very popular, but she's the one that shed light to this comment. My question is, why?
Because she felt offended. On Bad Girls Club right now, this girl lied to all the girls and said she has stage 3 cancer. The producers were like, whoa, girl, like, you have stage 3 cancer, we gotta get you checked.
I heard about
They went
that.
back to the house and they were like, okay, girl, you don't have stage 3 cancer, like, you don't have anything at all. You need to tell the girls. And she went in and told the girls, and all the girls ain't fucking with her, because it's like, girl, why? They all had someone who passed away from cancer. So it's like, when you fuck with somebody emotionally like that, like with Jennifer, it's like, you're sitting here telling me about your rape, like, girl, I don't care, and you're making it serious. Now every time I see you, you want to fight and argue about this rape situation. So yeah, now I see this interview where you're laughing and joking about. I can understand both their sides. Like, that's the thing. It's just they don't want to talk about it and communicate. So it's like, why are y'all even inviting each other to dinner?
I'm just confused because I don't recall Claudia ever telling her, hey girl, go Google my rape interview.
Who would say that though?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm so confused how this even got started.
I think the motivation was...
Yeah, shed light on this because I'm confused.
Yeah, because I know the both of them and very well. When Claudia volunteered that information to Jennifer as a way of saying, this is the reason why people call me a hoe.
Do you agree with that? Do you think
I told Claudia off camera, No, you have to off camera. I told Claudia off camera because she was mad. Oh my God, I can't believe y'all had her, talk about this. I said, the moment you volunteered that sensitive information, you let the floodgates open for commentary.
Yeah.
You have to be responsible for the decisions you made. If I tell you something personal and me and you ain't that cool, I have to understand that you can go and tell the world and do whatever you want with that information. If it's sacred, I'm not telling some stranger nothing personal about me. If you're my girl, my best friend, I'll tell you because you're going to keep it in the vault. So I told her the moment you told this stranger who gives you side eyes something so personal because you felt this would make matters right. So what Jennifer did was, because it's a game of chess.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
You're trying to play with my heart.
Yeah. No, but I don't believe this. So what I'm going to do, because I feel like you're trying to pull at my heartstrings. I feel like you're trying to garner sympathy. And I've never heard you ever say you were raped. So Jennifer did her research. And she Googled Claudia rape, and this information came up. And because of that, she's like, I got you. Don't play me. And Claudia and Jennifer, the moment that happened, that's when their relationship just completely dissolved.
Can you come sit on my couch every time I watch something of yours?
Just explain this shit to me.
That was excellent. Thanks so much.
Thank you, baby.
All right, let's talk about Laura and this house hunting. So, Laura needed a house hunt because her damn ex-boo chained up the house, wouldn't let her leave.
He's such an asshole. I hate Gilbert Arenas.
This girl was in her dress, took her damn shoes off with a chain cutter in the rain.
How real is that?
Baby. It was. Let me tell you something. We were filming a scene with Laura. It was Laura and her manager. I don't think that scene made the show. Then after the scene, we talked to our talent, like, oh, what you got going on later, whatever. And she's freaking out. We're like, what's wrong? She was like, Gilbert put chains on the gate. I said, what, bitch? I said, he did what? We had scheduled another scene to take place after we taped Laura and her manager. So she was freaking out. So we made the decision, you know what, cancel this scene that we were preparing for, and let's follow her. Let's follow this reality because she's freaking out. And I wanted to show the world that this is what this woman's going through. Yeah. That's happening in real time. So the moment she left the building, we put our cameras in the car, and the rest is history. Like, we followed every single moment. Her calling her parents, her friend, going to Home Depot, buying the woodchucks.
You were like, here, I got this in my trunk.
And then, of course, I'm like, how amazing is this moment where she's in a couture fucking skirt.
It was nice. Yeah.
And she's, and it's a whole bunch of dudes like, here we are, on camera. Because we ain't helping you because we don't exist.
Right.
Did it make you emotional? Because
I felt bad for her. Because let's all be very honest here.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She drives nice cars. She's dressed beautifully. So when a woman who looks like that and has all of this wealth, you feel like, girl, it ain't that deep. Like, girl, you good. You look good. You whatever. You ain't going through it that bad. So to me, it was a moment that you were like, oh, you really, like, this man is crazy.
Right.
You really are going through with this. Imagine your house having chains on it.
He like, you locked in now. I got you.
Yeah, and
like,
he feels like he won.
Did you feel like calling him up like, Gilbert, what the fuck are you doing?
No. No, not him. I'm gonna call somebody else, child, but not that man. If you're gonna treat my thing is this: if you're gonna do that to your children's mother, which I always tell men, that's your children's mother. They're always. I don't care what she did. Seriously, you have to have a certain level of respect for your children's mother. Because children see how you treat their mom, and they base how they're going to treat you off of that. So be very careful. Like, that's their mom, the person they're with every day. I don't care what Laura has done. And I'm not justifying anything she's done. But at the end of the day, she's with those kids every day.
And they will see footage of her
and
in the rain.
And I feel bad for the
gate.
kids. Because it's like...
It gave me a lump in my throat.
Yep.
Yeah, no, so... And the thing with Laura is... And this is, indicative of most strong women. Laura's very sensitive. So she calls me constantly... He did this to me, and she cries, and I'm just like, but she has to be strong for her children, 4 of them, four kids.
And also, I feel like her storyline, for me, I enjoy it because, especially seeing her today talking about how she was with him for 15 years. We watch so much reality TV where it's like we glorify these relationships that are tearing each other apart and ripping people down. And here we finally have a woman, and these women who are in these battered these crazy relationships. And here we have a woman after 15 years finally saying, "No, I'm done," and being strong about it. And I just, that was a real, because I think that a lot of people get themselves in crazy relationships and they feel like, okay, well, I want to be like this. I want to be like this image that I have in my head, and they stay in it. Oh, he'll get better.
Her being honest when Jennifer asked her when they were house hunting, and she said, "Would you go back with him?"
Yeah.
And Laura was like, "I don't know."
Did you guys hear her sports reference about being a point guard? So I'm all about sports. I cover all sorts of sports, and that's the one thing I've always loved about Laura is the fact that she stayed true to her athletic roots. So every time she's getting deep with you, she brings it back to her playing days, and she goes, "I'm a point guard." And anybody who knows a point guard, they have to be the leader, and they have to be the head of whatever they're doing, and they have to lead their team. And I think Laura has started to really become that point guard for her kids to really lead that team. I appreciated the sports reference, but it also brought me into her story a whole lot more.
Yeah.
You talked about there are a lot of talent who think like, oh, I can just have a TV show.
Yeah.
So we see Karamo and his son Prince, who is his character is LaFonda. Bitch been working. He got a YouTube character. He says,
"Why are you shaking your head?"
Because why do black men feel like they need to put a wig on and act a fool like that to gain some sort of fame and notoriety? Like, it's just
a good question.
It's
Khaliel, what do you think?
Martin.
You're the comedian.
Martin.
okay, well,
Tell us why.
I know.
But I think it's a good question. That I honestly don't have the answer to that. But
I don't either.
It is a good question. Because they all do. Jamie Foxx had Wanda.
Yeah.
Martin has Shanae. Tyler has Medea.
And Khaliel has...
Bill Cosby never dressed up as
Miss Booboo.
But it's giving the people that are in charge of the networks, they're laughing. I don't know. When I saw that, I was just like, what the fuck is he doing?
Well, okay, but I also look at like, I feel like that, I don't know, we talked about it on This Week on Black Hollywood Live, but I feel like that's more of an internal thing because you got Seth Rogen out. There are a bunch of white actors who do the gay thing, and no one ever says anything for them. And so it always comes back to the black man, and when he puts a wig on, and like the Cat Williams verse.
It's an issue, yeah.
Cat Williams versus was it Kevin Hart? Oh, he gonna throw a wig on, and that's why he's popular. Maybe he just has better work ethic. Maybe he ain't slapping stuff.
Kevin wore a wig.
When did Kevin?
When did Kevin wear a wig? Yeah.
For what's it called? What's he about to do? He about to do something with a wig. He did a skit or something like that where he wore a wig, a blonde wig.
I don't know.
I don't remember it, but I don't doubt it.
So that's what Cat Williams is saying. He's saying basically, y'all all come out here, you put the wigs on for the man, and you do whatever it is that they want you to do. And I'm the real comedian here, and I just feel like
perm.
I feel
way
like
more than mine.
Yes.
So I don't know. I just feel like that was a interesting thing. And then Karamo gets irritated with him. He's like, "Are you sure that you want to, do this? People are going to call you gay," which is true. And I think
I let me tell you something. What I love about Karamo is he is so real. Because I'll be honest with you, when I saw his son do LaFonda, of course you're like, oh gosh, Twitter's going to go ham on this poor. No, I thought about that. I did. And Karamo and I even spoke about it. So when he brought it up to his son, I was like, now that's real. Because I feel like most reality stars would not have said that. They may have thought about it, but they won't even articulate it because they don't want to open up the floodgates for people to even say, see, I thought that too. So I thought it was great that he said it so that people can take away that, hey, people are going to think you're gay
just
based off of you having a skit as a woman when you could have other choices.
Have you sat and talked to Prince and told him that his fantasy is not true, where he said, being around talent in PA, I would have more talent than them. I'm going to have my own show.
Oh, that. Nah. I think, I think Prince is somebody who's trying to find his way. You know, he definitely wants to have a career in our business. So I'm hoping that he's able to really find something that sticks. He's PAing on a few shows, which is great. But I hope that he does figure it out.
All right, so question. Someone tweeted me because, I just noticed how plump Al Reynolds' ass is. Oh, and they tweeted me this underwear shot, but we didn't see that on the show.
See what?
Where they were laying on the bed, him and Jennifer were laying on the bed.
I know. We taped hours of footage and all of it became naked, but a lot of people have said that Al had butt implants. I don't know if he did. They
look magical. So
he does have a little juicy rump roast.
Like a Thanksgiving turkey, girl.
Oh, not a slice.
Little white
a lot of people were like, "Okay, Alboo was really good." I can't confirm or deny.
That's fine. You already did by doing it. I'm just kidding. All right, so we see them. They're setting up for the comment. Karamo talking about move over, Michael and Kelly.
What did you guys think of the comment? You all being, host of a popular show yourselves.
I actually really initially before everything.
I thought it was fine.
Okay.
I initially saw it.
You're gonna get like a little bit in the cut, but it's like, it's fine.
Okay. I'm curious.
No comment.
Now that is a read.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, pound it.
Bomber jacket read.
Wow.
Honey.
I saw it at first. Actually, I think before we started, or as we started the show, I said actually I could see Claudia and Karamo doing like a young hip news.
That's what it felt like. But the reason why I didn't, the reason why I didn't was because, like, first off, they're talking about old stuff and they got Eric Benet on there, which is like, oh, okay, cool. I love that one song, but like,
see, I'm just like, you put Ernie and Bert on something, I'm still gonna think I'm watching the Muppets, because it's just like you just had me watch an entire season.
Ernie, Jesse,
and that's not. I like Karamo, but with Claudia, it's just like, you want me to take you serious on this, and you keep going around yelling at all these people how they're not professional. It just blows my mind that you can sit here and say everyone's so unprofessional, so unprofessional, so unprofessional, and then you on here like could you imagine like Maria Menounos of E! Online showing somebody their vagina on national television, like.
But to be real about the show,
we were talking about the comment, not what she does outside of it. I thought that was the question, is what did you think of the comment?
Of the like the idea of the show, or
when you the comment when like you saw
when we saw their work on the comment. First of all, I love the concept, because the comment sections of any article is the best part, right?
Hell yeah.
Totally.
But the one thing that I was a little disappointed, with Karamo and Claudia, they were trying to be a little too E-News with the way they were reading the teleprompters and stuff, and they were being a little too.
Do you see someone be like, yes, yes?
No, but during that final taping, I just felt like they weren't breaking through the glass and being relatable. They were being a little too.
I don't know. That whole glass is very relatable.
Dan Rather used to say that, if you're going to be a good journalist, you got to break through the glass and make people feel like you're just in the living room with them.
Research, study this business. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about it. So when I was watching them, I was like, they haven't figured out the pacing for them yet to break through that glass. That was my only concern. I love the concept, but the execution, it takes time. Hell, we've been around here.
It takes work.
Look,
how long have you guys been doing this?
5 years now?
All together?
No.
Separately.
Tonight is the part that we're all together for the first time.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, you guys have chemistry. That's interesting.
But we all work on like different shows together. We've done shows together. We all kind of get booked on different shows.
Yeah. I've been working in entertainment, trying to breaking into the hosting world for about 2 years now. So it's not easy.
All you guys are good. Yeah.
I'm 7 years deep in the game, but every day is a learning process.
Yeah. Absolutely. You should never stop learning.
Exactly.
No, the comment is funny because, again, we taped so much that we can't fit all of these scenes in 8 episodes. So I had a scene with Claudia, and it's online. And I told her, I said, you guys look like two opposites of the spectrum of TV. You look very nighttime. He looks daytime. I said, Karama's a little bit too excited for my liking. He came across a little bit too, like, eager. Yeah. And I said, you, Claudia, were very, hi, this is Claudia Jordan. I'm watching, you're watching CNN Heroes, and thank you for coming, and I appreciate everything you've done. While he's like, yes, how did it work? Like, it was, they tonally did not match. And the beauty of Kelly and Michael, a white woman and a black man who's an athlete. Huge. But they're polar opposites. But when you watch their show, they complement each other. They both have the same tone. Michael ain't trying to be like, yo, what's up? He's like, yeah, I think that's great. And Kelly's like wacky, but they're both wacky in their own way. And I think Karama and Claudia have the potential. I think the comment has potential to be great. I think, like you said, it takes time. Chemistry test, that shit takes time.
Well, I wish she would have really utilized New York, because I feel like there's certain things with Claudia. It's like she has this look, and you can tell that she's a smart girl.
She's very smart, yeah.
But in this sense, it's like, okay, you want to get back into journalism and be taken seriously. Then let New York be the one that's running around being the yes and all. That's like, I just feel like as a leader, she wasn't looking as a leader. She was looking for, how can I create a spot for me to be a host somewhere?
You didn't think she was creating the team, like?
Well, she wasn't. Girl, she pushed everybody away.
Yeah. I mean, if she wanted to be that Dateline type of vibe, they could have started off like, hi, I'm Claudia Jordan, and this is the comment. Now I'm gonna get over to my host,
New York, and she's gonna read all the messiness. Yeah,
right.
So everyone could have had their personalities shine, and it would have been more different flavors to the show.
So what was this rap party like?
And we saw a lot of familiar faces. I saw Countess Vaughn there.
Yeah, Countess Vaughn showed up. A lot of people showed up. It was
Irv Gotti was there.
Yeah, Irv.
Girls from Just Saying.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of people. It was fun. The thing is, I wanted to have, and you guys are in the business, so at rap parties when you celebrate the months of your working and shooting and all that stuff. So, and then to debut Jennifer's performance. So it was a bag of nerves for everybody. Claudia and Karama had to debut the comment to the world. Jennifer had to perform, and they were just so nervous. And to Jennifer's credit, to see her get on stage as her mom, we taped that on a Friday, and Jennifer left the next day to be with her mother. So to her credit, to go, like, I can't even imagine mentally knowing your mom's passing away and you still having the courage to say, I'm going to be professional. I'm going to debut this. I'm going to commit to my job. My mom is still breathing, but the first thing smoking the next day, I'm out of here. And she was. And she did not come back to LA until her mom passed. Like, she stayed, I think it was Ohio. So I wanted to have this rap party to honor everybody and to really, I wanted everybody to know that the next 15 wasn't done in vain. That my hope was, show the world what you wanted to do, so that no matter what you say about the show, at least you use this show, unlike most shows, to promote your business.
Right.
Yeah, because you guys did do that. At least show what everybody is really doing. Because I feel like, we watch, like, we was talking to Kenya the other day. I was like, girl, I couldn't even tell you what you actually do in your real life. I was like, I only see you around women that you actually don't care about. And she was like, what?
I don't. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, that's why the next 15 is like my passion project. Because I hear you guys loud and clear. Like, I saw all the tweets that Jesse was making. I was like, oh, okay. I listen to the audience who are saying, look, we need more. Like, we're not dumb. We know when these women aren't really friends. We know when these women have nothing going on. We know instantly when something's about to pop off, because we can kind of see things being situated. Like, you guys get it. You know what I mean? And it's becoming boring for you guys to watch reality TV.
It's almost like we want to go back to, like, that first season of Real Housewives of Orange County, Atlanta.
Yeah, it's fun. I've been binge watching the first season of Atlanta, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
No, seriously, wholeheartedly. Again, like you just said, I'm still learning. I learn every day. You would think at my the point in my career, I'm like, whatever, y'all will watch anything that has my name on it. I don't think that way. I still want to listen to the world and say, okay, I get it. You guys are bored. And the Next 15, I think the reason why people are so attracted to it, because you get to see the producers work. You get to see how things are orchestrated or situated, how they're done. And you got a chance to see people actually work. Like, I love that you all noticed what we were trying to do with Laura. I love that. Because that was important for me. Mm-hmm. And with Jennifer. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think, and me and her talked about this already. With Claudia, you know, my goal was to show the world who I love outside of the TV show. I don't think, you know, the world got a chance to see the real Claudia, in my opinion. But again, I think for her, and me and her spoke about this last week, I told her that I hope you watch this show and you saw some of the choices you made and how those choices were not great.
Right.
And because of that, do something different. Like, use this as an eye-opener of, that wasn't smart for me to send a video firing people. I should have never opened up my personal business to a stranger to try to gain, you know, sympathy. Yeah. Like, use that for nothing else as a lesson. So yeah.
Have you been able to talk to Claudia about, I mean, because now you've seen her as talent. Now you've seen her as an EP. Uh-huh. Have you been able to identify what you deem to be like the perfect situation for Claudia? Because now you've seen her in like a ton of different roles.
Where does it work?
It's to what Jesse was saying. Claudia is someone who I will always, and I told her this, like, I'm connected to her. I want to see her win more than she wants to see herself win.
Wow.
I really do. Because I feel like Claudia is a woman who's trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And I think she has a lot of insecurities that she is pushing down instead of being like a Laura who's like, let me show you guys everything. Or Jennifer who's like, let me show you guys everything. I think Claudia is trying to still be a passion girl. And it's no coincidence that her and Kenya are the ones that people don't understand.
Yep. Yeah.
Because they come from this beauty pageant world where I'm perfect, I'm pretty.
Would you be Miss USA today, though?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's this psychology that these girls have in this beauty pageant world where you can't be yourself, and I think that's her problem.
Pretty.
But I think she has potential to. Claudia, I mean, she has the look, she has the voice, she has the comedy chops. I really do think.
I wish she would stay away from reality TV.
I think me and her spoke. I think what I see her doing in the future, I see her doing comedy skits. Like, I can see Claudia on Saturday Night Live. I
can see it too.
A New Age in Living Color.
I can see her doing that. I can see Claudia doing, what's that stuff they do on SNL, the news?
Weekend Update.
Yeah, I can see her doing Weekend Update with like a white counterpart. And you're being like, okay, I think Claudia has the comedy chops.
Yeah, she's got it. I was telling them, like, on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she had Lunel working with her.
Yeah. Claudia has a lot of comedians who respect her. Martin Lawrence loves her.
Really?
Oh my gosh. When we had, their friends tweet for us, she called Martin. He was like, I'll do anything for you. Like, you're my girl. He gave her tickets to his show. Like, Martin Lawrence and Jamie Foxx love Claudia Jordan. They really do. And I think it's interesting that male comedians understand her. Because they get it. They come from that depression. World.
I mean, it's real.
Yeah, no, it's real.
That's real.
To be a comedian, you have to come from a dark place.
Exactly. All right, so we're at this rap party. Jennifer performs No Bricks.
Do you guys like the song?
No.
I give Jennifer
inspired
a lot of credit for getting on national television and getting up in a room in front of bitches that hate you and doing it.
Look at that silver lining.
Definitely.
Silver lining.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the song. Obviously, I do Atlanta Housewives, so it reminded me of when Kim Zolciak started singing. It was like, Kim does not want to win a Grammy. Jennifer does not want to win a Grammy. She does not want to perform at the American Music Awards.
Like
Jennifer
said.
Like she said, Jennifer's doing a lot of bookings and have fun with the gays.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what I mean?
So I think I be out there with
Yeah, I see Jennifer at the Abbey getting her life, and the gays being like, "Yes, Miss Jennifer, give it to us."
No bricks.
I guess I need to perform a song too. That's all I want.
I mean, it gave Benzino goosebumps.
Benzino getting old, child. Everything give Benzino goosebumps.
And then New York. Then
Benzino.
Karamo and Claudia get on stage and they say, "Okay, guys, we're gonna premiere the comment. Unfortunately, we are the only two survivors, and New York, in her fashion, this bitch."
Y'all not on the comment?
Y'all loved it. Had no clue.
Yeah.
Had no clue.
That was so. Could you imagine New York at a funeral and learning something new about the deceased at the funeral? Like he had how many?
That's hilarious.
I live for New York. I live for.
Is she from Queens?
No, she's from New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Hoboken?
Oh, that would explain some other things. All right, so
Not sure.
Karamo says a lot of y'all don't know how are you gonna shade the room that you want them to clap at the end of your. A lot of y'all don't know how to put a talk show.
I thought the same thing when he said that.
It's like, you should just be championing.
No, which one of y'all said? Well, maybe you'll get to this, but I think it was you who said after Benzino announced he wants to do Hip Hop Weekly. Was it you who said Karamo's like, damn, I was on
I as soon as Benzino got up there and started this spiel, I immediately turned and looked at Karamo because I'm like, he has egg on his face. I'm looking for egg or shit.
He's been chasing Claudia this whole time.
Because he's been up my ass. And it's like, it was the ultimate checkmate. Benzino, an old head, an old businessman, did the ultimate checkmate. And this dude, Karamo's looking like, damn.
That's so Hollywood,
Sorry,
though.
Claudia.
That's such a Hollywood situation.
I thought that was hilarious. You said it. You were like, damn, I'm on the wrong team.
So afterwards, did Karamo hit you up and be like, "Yo, so what's up with that?"
Yeah, seriously. Like, what did he say?
Will Karamo be on Hip Hop Weekly TV?
We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Tell me this. Did you know that Benzino was going to make that announcement? Because I was looking at you, too, like...
Yeah.
Were you like, no, don't say nothing?
No.
Right, because you're attaching your name to it.
Yeah, like...
I was, okay, when he attached my name to it, I was like, great, they're going to think I'm shady. Like, the world already thinks I'm messy. They're like, of course Carlos has something to do with this announcement. I knew that he was going to make the announcement. I didn't know he was going to say my name.
Because as soon as he said your name, then
I gagged,
I'm thinking, they're thinking, oh, Carlos is being shady.
Carlos being shady. I was like...
Well, she said those assholes didn't even
my
ask
reputation me. Again. But see, I could have took that part out. I kept it in. Because I show you what's real. But yeah, I was shocked. Like...
But your poker face was great. I got.
All right, because I had to be like... the passion world.
You said 100 people auditioned for the show.
Yeah.
For the next 15?
The next 15.
So you reached out to 100 of them? Because wasn't this you wanted to?
Absolutely. So TV One, D'Angela Proctor, who's the head of programming, she came to me with this idea. And I said, okay, I'll cast for the show. So we spent 3 days in LA at the Lowe's Hotel auditioning a lot of people.
Can you just name a couple that were
one.
some ideas that you were like, oh, that might be interesting?
No, because I'll be mad. I'll say this much.
If there was a season 2,
I'll say this much.
Season 2?
Whoever's in your mind, yes, I did interview them. Like, I'm sure there's probably one person that's common that you're all thinking about. I did interview her.
Without giving a name away, did you say, do you think there was any people, male or female, from they're already on a reality show and that you interviewed them might have jumped ship from that one to the next 15?
No, I was respectful because I would never approach anybody that already has a job. So even when, this is separate.
This helps us detect who was at the audition.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just fishing.
Yeah, it wasn't people who were already on a show. It was people who you guys loved and would have liked to see.
New York was honestly, like, that was just...
No, when I tell you that was... I thank God for that one.
Yeah.
Because
you take a number.
Yeah. Okay, baby. I mean, it was magic when I met her. I was like, oh my gosh. I fanned out. Like, New York, like, are you kidding me? So no, but it's funny, the people who I did not choose, they weren't too happy with me. Mm-hmm. They were very pissed.
So no one's hit you up via text like, hey, you know what, hindsight's 2020. I'm kind of glad,
No.
They're like,
no, they were
still
pissed.
trying to get
a
on.
lot of people were pissed. A lot of people, they're not speaking to me.
What?
Oh yeah. This is, again, I thrive in this world of reality. So of course I see these people all the time, and
damn.
No, one person in particular tried her best to destroy me. One guy in particular,
reality stars.
Oh yeah, you have to understand, these guys aren't actors, so it's not like you get kicked off a show or your show gets canceled or your show ends and you're on another scripted show. When you're on a reality show, the shelf life is very different. Mm-hmm. Not everybody is lucky to hop on different reality shows. Yeah. It's like once you're in one for a couple of seasons, it's hard to get back in.
That's your franchise.
So they looked at this like their comeback, like this is going to resuscitate my career. Mm-hmm. So when I had to tell them like I chose 5 other people, it was bad. I'm not even trying to be funny. It was very bad.
I'm trying to figure out who would hit you up and try to destroy you. Like,
they hit me up. They hit up a blog and a magazine.
Did you hit them back like, I'm
absolutely
Dr.
I did.
Reverend Carlos?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't.
Like,
do you want to be in this kingdom or not?
I used my full name, but I didn't use the Reverend Doctor part. No, I called her and let her know how I felt, because a magazine called me and said, we have a tip. And someone is saying how, you got fired from Atlanta Housewives. And I was like, what are you talking about? What? And it kept saying all of these crazy things about me. And I promise you, I instantly knew who it was. And I said, okay. Called her, like, don't play with me, baby. I'm not the one. Like, you may want to be nice to me. Seriously. Like, don't do me. I'm not the one. Stop it. Stop.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah, like don't do that. Like, you're not getting a job
by trying to ruin.
Like, you'll never work again.
Yeah, like this show can have multiple seasons. Boo,
right,
be smart.
Right.
Yeah.
So you will never be on the show.
So speaking of wise words, we have to wrap up. I want to end with a really inspirational quote from tonight's episode. Where
so taking to church.
Can't wait to hear this one.
New York was in Santee Alley, the sacred Santee Alley here in LA, and she said to act exclamation ON.
Well, come on and get the word.
She said, "Look, boo.
Yes.
Do not confuse my consistency with my destiny. Come on,
take him to church. One more time.
Do not.
One more time.
Do not confuse my consistency with my destiny. Because, bitch, Frank Sinatra, my way."
Such a delivery.
I mean, honestly,
she's so smart.
You got more bites from her than I would say the UK Big Brother. Like, y'all lucked out. The Gemma one with the shoes from the UK, bitch, that was everything. That was forever in reality. But you got
in a cry.
Because
she said, "Don't make me act a fool in the story."
In a cry.
Like, ooh.
Yes.
She cried. You know how you be like, "Ooh, I feel like I'm gonna slap you." She starts crying like
the lip was quivering.
She starts crying.
Actions toupee look really good in the scene though.
So we got to wrap up. So what are you working on right now?
We're gearing up for another season of Atlanta Housewives, which I'm excited
Thank
about.
God.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. And I'm also developing a lot of stuff. Hollywood Divas is coming back in July. We have Malika from the Kardashians who's joining the cast of that show. And a couple of things, in development that I'm excited to announce pretty soon. So no, it's been a busy year so far, which is good. I like to be busy. Mm-hmm. So look forward to that stuff.
And are we gonna have jobs next season?
Right?
Because
I know.
Our success is dependent.
I know. I love you guys for that. No, I really do. They don't announce a second season until all the episodes have aired. So we have one more reunion that's coming on this Sunday, 7 o'clock, part 2. It's explosive. a continuation of the Jennifer Claudia thing, and it gets crazier. So we'll see. But I hope we get another season because I would love to come back and bring my cast here.
Yes, bring it.
Yeah.
Please do.
Well,
that'll be fun.
Carlos, thank you for coming. And where can everyone follow you?
At Kingdom Lows, KINGDOMLOS. That's on Twitter and Instagram.
Boom. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up on iTunes. Please subscribe to us. 5 stars and no other stars work. You guys can also tweet us at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Catch me on social media at DJ Jesse J.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at your girl Trene. What's up?
Khaliel Abooboo at Twitter and hold up, my bad. Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo.
And it's McCall Hall on social media at McCall Hall when sports and pop culture collide.
We'll be back next Wednesday for both parts of the reunion. Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.